Hey everybody, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing kind of the last summer set that I have. I had this pre-filmed and I never actually got it up, but I did want to still post it since I did go through and kind of edit most of it already. I know everybody's kind of moving into the fall sets, but I have at least one last summer set and then we can kind of move on and get a little more themed. But for now, I'm just removing my previous set. If you would like to see a video on this, this was a IG inspiration like recreation tutorial. So I kind of just picked a nail design off of IG that I really liked and I tried to recreate it. So if you want to see how I did it, check out the video that I have linked in the cards above, or you can go search it on my channel. But yeah, I'm just going in and removing that. There was some gems and some 3D gel work, so I'm just kind of taking all that off. I do use some old nippers to get rid of the gems. It's the easiest way to get rid of them. And then I go in with a medium carbide bit. Since I am doing a fill on these nails, I don't want it to be super coarse because I don't necessarily want to take out any acrylic that's already laid in there. I'm not trying to lay in new colors or anything. I'm just gonna fill with the color I already have. So all I'm really trying to do is remove that top layer of gel polish, 3D art, gems, anything that is more of the design work. I'm just going in and removing all of that. I do work kind of the opposite than most people do. So my drill right now is in the reverse position because I do like to pull away from myself. I feel like it's just easier on my wrist when doing my own nails. So that is why I am filing the way that I am. But I'm going through and removing all of the color and design on all of my nails, and then I will move on to the next step. Once any bulk and design is removed, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my nails. I'm using a 150 grit or a medium grit sanding band. I am now going in the forward position and I am just cleaning up my cuticle area as well as prepping over that acrylic to kind of roughen it up. Acrylic really sticks to anything, but I still kind of like to roughen up the surface just to give it a little extra grip. That way I prevent any lifting or separation between the new acrylic that I'm applying and the acrylic that I already have on my nails. I used to go and do a whole bunch of different cuticle bits and really kind of do a lot of like almost Russian manicure style cuticle work. I've tried to kind of steer away from that a little bit more lately. I just do my nails way too often. I redo my nails about once a week, so for me it just started becoming a little cumbersome and I felt like it would make my cuticles almost sore by doing that as often as I was. So now I feel like all I really need is a good sanding band. Sometimes I'll go in with a diamond bit just to get a little tighter to the cuticle, but I don't do anything super crazy anymore. At least right now, I'm just kind of staying away from it. And I go at about 5,000 RPMs. Anywhere between 4 and 6 really works for me depending on what nail drill I'm using. With removal, if I'm just removing like design work and like top layers of gel polish, I tend to go around like 15 to like 18 or thousand RPMs. And then if I'm removing like lots of bulk, I'll go like 20 plus. So once all of that is done, I go ahead with my Young Nails Protein Bond. I use that as my primer. I am using a small Amazon size. I want to say this is a 6 or an 8 brush, just because I don't have a lot of a gap that I'm trying to fill. It's a really small area, so I'm going in with a small brush so that the beads that I pick up are not too overwhelming for the nail, because I am also not rebalancing the nail. So I don't need to add a whole lot of product. I'm just trying to fill in that gap at the back. And the acrylic that I'm using today to do my fill and that I already have on my nails is the Mia Secret Cover Pinkish. It's a really nice vibrant pink. Like, it's not too wow in your face like neon pink, but it is a very nice bright pink. If you are somebody who likes your like nude or cover acrylics to be more in that like pink family, and you want one that will work for a variety of skin tones, I think this one would work. It's not really light. It doesn't have a milky or white base, so I feel like it could really be used on a variety of skin tones, and it will look really, really nice. So I love this one. This is one of my favorites by them. So I'm just going in and using that for my fill. If I feel like there was areas that maybe I overfiled or any divots, I just go ahead and fill those as well. So really I just kind of take a look at the structure of my nail, see where I might need some extra product, and I go in and I just add little beads here and there. I'm not somebody who does a 1, 2, or 3 bead method, so I just kind of fill as I see fit, and that way I make sure that my structure is sound by the end of the design. As you can see, most of my reinforcement kind of ends up in that connection point between the tip and my natural nail. I feel like that is the easiest area to kind of overfile, especially if you're like me and you like to try to get a slim look with your nail shape. I just really try to reinforce that when I'm going in for my fills, because that area for me tends to get overfiled. So I just kind of like to add a little extra so that when I'm going in and reshaping and filing again, I don't end up filing too much and too thin to where I'm gonna get like stress cracks or things as I wear the nail. So I just kind of add a little extra in those areas. Once I'm done with that, I do go ahead and file and shape my nails. I do that off camera, but once that is done, I'm going in with my iGel Beauty Chrome base, and this is a gel product that you apply to your nail wherever you want the chrome effect, and then you go ahead and you cure it under the light for about 30 seconds. You're not supposed to wipe off the sticky layer of this. I found like I sometimes got the effect that I wanted using this, and sometimes I got kind of a glittery effect with the chrome powder that I'm using. The V-Beauty Pure Chrome Bond actually cures to a more like shiny, almost like top coat finish. I actually kind of prefer that one, but that's just not the one I use today. So as you can see, I'll kind of struggle a little bit. I did use a tiny bit of rubbing alcohol on my brush, mainly to try to prevent the mica powder from just like puffing everywhere. It did make it difficult to apply though, because I did forget that this gel has a sticky layer, and applying some rubbing alcohol on top of the sticky layer just doesn't always work. You kind of have to play around with it a little bit. So it didn't work the way that I necessarily wanted it to initially, but as I went along, I feel like I was able to get closer to the effect that I wanted. You just have to really make sure you're rubbing in that chrome powder. If you do the method that I do, which is using a bit of rubbing alcohol, you still have to kind of rub it in after the fact. So it won't give you that smooth finish just with the brush. So you do got to use like your finger, a sponge, or something to really kind of buff that in. Otherwise it will turn glittery. Once I'm done with that, I do go ahead and apply the Not Polished Glossette Gel Top Coat. Whenever I do any type of like powder effect with acrylic or chrome powders, pigment powders, whatever it may be, I do go in and top coat twice. I feel like this just seals it in. The first layer just kind of gives you like a rough seal, and then the second layer really gets in all the nooks and crannies and make sure that you have it dispersed evenly over the nail. One, it can hide some texture if the powders are a little gritty, but it also helps make sure that any gel that you are applying on top really sinks into any like little cracks and crevices so you don't get chipping. Whenever you use powders on your nail, it's much easier for your polish coats or your color coats to chip. So you do want to make sure you're sealing those in as much as possible. So 2 coats is generally my rule of thumb anytime I do a look using products like this. I actually don't think I mentioned, this is just a random mica powder that I got off of Amazon. A lot of these are the same as the chrome powders that you see sold at your local nail supply. I just make sure that the ones that I am choosing specifically say non-toxic and skin safe. Other than that, they are pretty much the same, and you can get them for much cheaper prices at much higher quantities. So definitely recommend searching on like Amazon, eBay, Temu, any of those websites that you choose that can sell more inexpensive craft supplies. Just search up regular mica powders. Again, try to look for ones that are skin safe and non-toxic, but otherwise they'll do the same thing that your like marketed nail chrome powders will. Once I'm done with that, I am keeping this nail look pretty simple. So I am applying some nail stickers. I found these chrome ones that I have from iGel Beauty, and I just applied these to my middle and my ring finger, trying to match them up as closely as possible because they are like half and half stickers. So I do that, and then I felt like it was a little bit plain, so I added a little sticker, which was a full butterfly to my thumb. Once I apply these stickers, again, when I top coated, that helps kind of seal in the powder so that these stickers actually will like stick to the nail. But I do go in and I top coat twice. Again, whenever there's any type of like 3D or like texture effect to the nail, I feel like adding that second layer of top coat really seals it in. So I do go in with 2 more layers of the gel top coat. I did end up switching to my D&D gel top coat. The main reason for this is that I tend to use my not polished one when I am going directly on top of any type of powders, glitters, chromes, things like that. You will always get some fine particles in your brush from using that particular gel polish or gel top coat over those types of products. So I just switch over. Now that the chrome has been sealed into the nail with the not polished one, I don't have to worry about any like cross contamination of the like sparkle and glitter of the chrome getting into my gel top coat. So I just switched over to my D&D because this one I use for just normal like top coating over polishes and regular nails. But yeah, once I'm done with that, that is it for this look. It's a very simple summery chrome look. Again, this kind of is to round off my summer sets. I may have some like backfilled or back filmed, I guess you could say, from previous that I might put out here and there, but I am ready to get into the fall sets and the Halloween sets. If you don't know, Halloween is my favorite season. So let me know down below what you would like to see from me for the fall and Halloween season. Thumbs thumbs this video up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, and check out some of my other videos. I will have them linked in the cards as well as on my channel. So definitely check that out. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. So other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, everybody.